Is the drop just a measure of they can't get the cars made or the trucks made, or is it a real softening?
Well, it's a number of factors, Brian, and I know that's not the answer you're looking for. Keep in mind that when you look at Ford's November sales, down 7.8%, that's in comparison with November of last year, where the chip crisis, they had better supply in November of last year. It's really hard to do these year-over-year comparisons right now. It's very lumpy right now. The bright spot for Ford, it's EV sales, and they only have 3 models right now that are electric. It's up 103%, but keep in mind that's coming off of a small base. F-150 Lightning sales for the month of November, just over 2,000. As you take a look at shares of Ford this year, the stock is down because it's still predominantly an internal combustion engine vehicle manufacturer. And as a result, that market is feeling some pressure right now, especially if pricing has to come down. But its EV sales of the F-150 Lightning totaling more than 13,000. And as you look at where EV sales are expected to go in the U.S., by the end of the decade, it's going to be up close to 40%. At least that's the estimate, according to LMC Automotive. Ford is going to be ramping up F-150 Lightning production to 150,000 units per year. That's going to happen over the next year, year and a half, and they expect to be a big player here. By the way, they have now passed Hyundai Kia for number 2 in the U.S. when it comes to EV sales. Yet, as you take a look at the automakers, some of the primary ones here, the reason the traditional automakers are lower, Brian, is because many are saying we're not seeing the level of demand that is out there, in part because prices are so high. They're going to have to come down at some point here. And when you look at Tesla, completely different beast, even with the unveiling of the semi-truck last night. Its issues are separate from the rest of the auto industry right now.
Okay. Let's talk about Elon Musk, because we don't talk about the guy enough. But this tractor trailer truck is unbelievable looking.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. No, and everybody has said this since they first unveiled it back in 2017. The final version looks pretty similar to what we saw back then. When you look at the cab, you have a steering wheel in the middle as opposed to either on the right or the left. And if it delivers the performance that they're touting, it could be a game changer for the trucking industry. But keep in mind, they're not the only ones building an electric semi-truck. There are others who are working on this. So it's not going to have this market all to itself, and there are more than a few on Wall Street who are very skeptical that they're going to be able to ramp up to 50,000 semi-trucks a year production by 2024. A lot of analysts are saying, I don't see it moving the needle.
And this thing works, right? They're not like just rolling it down a hill for a commercial?
Oh, yes. It works. Yeah.
You know what I'm
We are not looking at another Nikola situation when they first showed that model back when they were, first going through the process of a SPAC IPO.
Rolling down a hill in wherever, Nevada or Phoenix or something. This runs.
Oh, it runs. It runs. And it'll be interesting to see how much demand is out there and how much of that demand Tesla can meet. Keep in mind, there's a lot of pre-orders out there. Pre-orders are great. Now can you convert those into actual deliveries? PepsiCo got the first one last night.
No, there you go. I can't wait to see one on the road. Be like, there's the Cyber truck, whatever. Not the Cyber, but the Cyber semi truck. Phil Lebeau, really good stuff. Appreciate it. Cool looking truck, too.